Well, hello everybody, and very warm welcome to Mark's allotment. It's Thursday the 14th of February, Valentine's Day I believe. Woohoo! Anyway, it's a bit chilly this morning, but I thought, because so getting into February, halfway through February, I thought I'd get some work done on the plot. So the plan today is to put some broad beans in, or field beans or fava beans, whichever way. So the broad beans are the bigger variety, the fava beans are the smaller variety. Now bizarrely, I collected a big bag of broad bean seeds off my previous crop and I can't find them. I just don't know where they are. So I've got some, I think they're the field beans or the fava beans that I collected as well that I've managed to find, but anyway, I'll plant what I've got. I'll have another look. Yes, my brain's been a bit here than everywhere this past few months. Anyway, so also what I want to do is to do a bit of pruning on my gooseberry bushes and blackcurrant bushes. Should have done them in the autumn, but it's not too late now. So I'm just going to turn the camera around. Now, unfortunately, as you can probably hear, I don't know if you can see, I've got the company of some builders removing a chimney. So apologies for that noise, but there we are. So the plan is to show you what I've got. I don't know if you can see these. Now I think these are broad beans. Yeah, I think they are, but I've got some other beans as well somewhere, but I can't find them. So the plan is to plant this bed here, and if I've got enough I might plant this one as well. Now it's, let's say, I normally plant these in February, but you can plant them in November, and well, plant them anytime really, as long as it's February, March, even April I suppose, but I tend to plant stuff early on so that I can, just one less job for me to do. Anyway, I'm burbling now. So I'll turn the camera off shortly. As you can see, I've set a couple of lines out to the outer limits, and I'm going to have 2 rows in between those as well, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 rows per bed. I've already put some down. I don't know if you can see them because the seed are very dark. So there's one there, one there, one there, one there. I'm not going to put one there because there's fennels in the way, but there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 across, and then however many in a row. Distance, well, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches, something like that. I'm not too fussy about distances, but if you are, then you just look them up for your own purposes. Now I've put the lines in a little bit, so later on I'll put stakes in similar to these around the outer edge, so that I can put string around just to stop the plants when they get bigger flopping over. Right, so I'm just going to switch off for now and set the camera up on my tripod so you can watch me do a little bit of work, and then see you shortly. Bye for now. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to show you me doing the whole bed. It would take forever, but so you get the general idea of what I've been doing. Just turn the camera around a second. So all I'm doing is put a small hole, and because now I'm not digging these beds, I'm adopting this no dig system. It's actually quite soft underneath, so it's easy to get the dibber in. It's not too much effort. And what I'd probably do then is just get a bucket of homemade compost and just fill up the holes with it. Or if you haven't got compost, then you just pull the soil back in over the top. But I think I've got some compost there. And obviously I'm using my trusty dibber, which is an old, well, it could be a spade handle or a fork handle that is broken at some point, and I just trimmed down the end. It's quite handy for that sort of job. Excuse me. And as I say, I'll do a row just inside the string, and then I'll do 2 rows across. Right. Okay. Hello everybody, and welcome back. So I think that's been about 20 minutes, half an hour if that. So I've excuse me, I'll turn the camera around a second. So I've just planted all this bed now. My son now is helping me just fill up the holes with some homemade compost. Don't be too fussy, Thomas. Just if it spills over past the hole, don't worry about it. Just plonk it in and move on. That's it. Right. So now then, schoolboy error. Let me just turn the camera back around. Schoolboy error. I should have counted out the seeds and split them into 4, and then that'll give me the amount I need per row. So but because I'm so used to getting a really big bag of seed for planting, I've usually got more than enough for what I need, but I fell a little bit short. So what I've had to do is I've done the first 2 rows on one side and then count the rest I had up. Now fortunately there was enough. It just had to increase the distance between the seed a little bit to spread them out a bit further. So yeah, little tip for you. Learn from my mistake. Make sure you count your seeds first, and then right, I'm going to show you something now, which with broad beans anyway, and those sort of beans, is to check for a little pest. Now just turn the camera. Now I don't know if you can see. I'm just going to bring it up to the camera slowly. Now, of course, this bean seed is in half, but you can just see little holes in there, hopefully. Right. So that's a little pest that lives on your broad beans. So when you're cutting seeds and checking your seeds, if there's a little hole in that seed, chuck it away, because it's not viable. Now so yeah, and also I was planting the seeds away and I thought, what the hell's going on here, because these seeds look different, and I discovered then some of them were runner bean seeds. So I thought, how on earth did runner bean seeds get into my broad beans? But there we are. So I had to recheck them all then, because they were all the same colour, or very similar in colour. I wasn't checking them, I just thrown them in the holes. So there's a good chance some of those are runner bean seeds gone in the holes, but there we are. Hey ho. Right, now then, obviously I haven't got enough now I haven't got enough seeds for my second row, so unless I can find the broad beans that I stored from last year, I'll have to buy some more, because and some of you may think, well, why do you want to grow so many broad beans, or etc. Well, for one thing, it's to collect seed, and some to eat and some to freeze, but also I use it as a green manure. And I don't know if some of you remember, but where I've got my curly kale and my purple sprouting, that was broad beans, and I just cut enough space to put the brassica plants in. When they started growing, then I just cut the broad beans down, and that helps to feed the ground. So I'm going to do a similar thing on this bed, probably. Excuse me. I'll sacrifice the broad beans to plant brassicas. Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Mark's allotment. So I just planted the broad beans and they're all under there. I've put some netting over. I've never bothered before, but just in case the jackdaws come along and have a try and dig them up. So anyway, I've put broad beans are in there now. I'll net them. I've netted them over, as you can see. Posts are ready to go in around. I need to find my other broad beans so I can plant this row up as well, and go from there. Right, and that's it. Thank you everybody, and hope it's all going well on your plots, and see you soon for the next thrilling instalment of Mark's allotment. Bye for now.